How do you build courage in leadership? That's what we're going to talk about today in this video. So, what is courage in leadership? What does that mean? Well, courage is basically having the courage to do something that you're not comfortable with, right? Having the courage to push through even though you may be a little bit scared. Yeah, that's right. Courage in leadership is similar to those other things. You have fear of failure. And in leadership, we're worried that if we make the wrong decision, people are going to second guess us and talk behind our back. If you've set up the wrong kind of team behind you, that could happen. But we have to have courage that the pieces we've put together in our teams, in our programs, in our businesses are in place and are solid, that they're not going to crumble whenever there's a small issue. So how do we really do that? Well, we have to have that courage muscle that we have to actually grow. It's kind of like getting out of your comfort zone. If you ever heard of a comfort zone bubble, we just need to expand it. Same thing in courage. We just need to take that bubble of courage and start making it bigger. So how do you do that? Well, you have to find the areas that you're not so brave at. And that could be in innovation. You're kind of sitting there going, I need to have a little bit more analysis on this thing. I need to see more data, which is basically analysis paralysis. And a lot of organizations do that, where they just get caught in that wheel of just getting more information before they make that decision to move down the road. Well, we need to look at how we can innovate and take that courage of that next step. Just think what would have happened with Apple had they not come out with the iPod or the iPhone. Those two pieces of equipment are iconic and took Apple from basically almost bankruptcy and skyrocketed their stocks. Now, I mean, had I bought their stock back in the 90s before all of this, man, I'd be a rich man. So we need to really look at what it is we need courage in. And again, it could be an innovation. It could be having tough decisions or tough discussions. Whatever it is, we need to start building that comfort zone to build up our courage. And that's basically all we got to do. So we can do different kind of trainings. We can do, just like in sales, where you do interactions and practices with other people and selling your product or service. You can do that in scenarios with groups. And I know that sounds corny, but it actually works. You can set up different kind of scenarios and have those discussions. So if you're going to have like a bad discussion with a manager, go ahead and work with somebody that you trust, that you guys can interact and just kind of talk about those things. Have people come in, because they're going to have different kind of perspectives typically. And now you can't plan for everything, but you'll feel more comfortable in saying what you have to say if you've already said it once. Have everything written down. We can do that to prepare. Preparation beats talent every day. So the more we're prepared for stuff, the better we're going to succeed. So prepping yourself, taking yourself out there. You can do different things also in leadership, especially with your group of people, is get them outside of the organization. Go off and do like an operation adventure or something smaller like an escape room where you guys work on your communication and then you guys can have that relationship. Everything rises and falls on leadership, and leadership is influence. So we definitely need to have the courage that we can go out there and have that level of influence with our teams, that when we have a discussion with them, that they're not going to get all butthurt and just want to leave our company at the first sign of a disagreement. So we have to have an organization and a culture of one where we can have those tough discussions. And we have to be vulnerable with those people so that they will be able to speak into us as well and not be fearful that they're just going to get fired if they do. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into building a courage, and a lot of it is that culture. And One of the culture things is something that everybody should have is to constantly be growing. That's right. Everybody should have a stretch goal for themselves to grow themselves. Whether it's public speaking, whether it's having those tough discussions like we've talked about in this video already. There's a lot of things you can do to improve yourself and your team, but everybody should be improving, and culture is the big thing. Now, if you like servant leadership, like I do, where you're serving your teams, you're leading them in a servant heart, not that you're doing everything for them, but that you're leading them in a special way, I've got videos on that. You can look at those kind of videos. But do yourself a favor, look for opportunities to go stretch your comfort zone. That's how you're going to build courage. And also, when you've gone through trials, well, guess what? They didn't kill you, they made you stronger. You'll have courage the next time you see something like that as well. So, focus on some of the past things and you'll be successful. Now, if you want to reach out and discuss this further, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. And if you like this video and it was helpful, hit like, share, subscribe, send it to somebody you think it might benefit. That's why I do these videos, to help you. We'll see you next time.